A meeting of the European Council is underway in Brussels to discuss the investment plan drafted by European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker. Croatia has proposed 77 projects worth some 22 billion euros. These include the LNG terminal on the island of Krk, the extension of the thermal power plant at Plomin, a project to construct a new urban area on the river Sava in Zagreb, and road infrastructure projects. The Juncker investment plan should become operative by the middle of next year.
I'm now waiting concrete proposals to this end, and I do hope that the European Council of tomorrow will indicate its intention to contribute to this state. Not only words, not only parole. I need money.
EU leaders are also discussing the crisis in Ukraine and relations with Russia. Following the recent visit of Prime Minister Zoran Milanovic to the eastern Posavina county, which was hit by severe flooding last May, the number of citizens filing lawsuits against the state is growing. Speaking to locals in the village of Gunja, Milanovic said that in their position he would sue the state for neglecting a nearby dam that burst in the flood. Some 700 families who have already filed a collective lawsuit are being joined by a further 50, according to initiator Mladen Đaković. According to a new survey on spending in Croatia over the Christmas holiday, published by the Hendel Market Research Agency, 94% of those polled said they were not planning to take on debts because of Christmas. A third said they would be spending between 25 and 65 euros on gifts. 4.5% were planning a skiing trip, while 75% said they were not optimistic that things would get better in the new year. A soup kitchen is opening in the city of Zadar, run by the Caritas organization and supported by volunteers. The city's first meal center begins work on Monday in the St. Francis Monastery and will provide free meals to around 1,500 people per month. And in more news from Zadar, the country's biggest blood donation campaign, annually organised in the city by the Cale Larga Association, is taking place for the 21st year in a row. This morning, local people queued in front of the National Theatre, not for a performance, but to donate blood. In sports, in the second round of Group B in the Water Polo Champions League, Jug of Dubrovnik defeated Partizan in Serbia last night with a score of 5-3, while Rijeka's Primorje defeated Galatasaray in Istanbul, Turkey, 10-4. Meanwhile, in Euro Cup water polo, Mornar of Split has made it to the competition's quarter-final despite a loss to Savona in Italy last night with a score of 8-4. Mornar won the opener 10-5. And in women's handball and the semi-finals of the European Championship being held in Croatia and Hungary, Norway will face Sweden, while defending champion Montenegro will take on Spain. The semi-final matches will be held on Friday. The weather this afternoon. Mainly sunny once fog has fully cleared, although fog will form again in low-lying areas in the evening. Sunny skies on the coast. Winds on the Adriatic light with a moderate northwesterly on the open sea. Temperatures in the interior around 9 degrees Celsius, 5 in foggy areas. Between 12 and 17 degrees on the coast. Temperatures in the next few days will depend on how long fog lingers. More cloud cover is expected over the weekend, bringing light rain in places, especially in the night to Sunday. Light snowfall in mountainous areas. Mainly sunny on the Adriatic in the south. Some fog and cloud in the north, especially on the western coast of Istria. Light rain is expected on Saturday in the north and a windy day with some rain on Sunday in Dalmatia.